Hey, so who's Bull Terry again? That sounds so familiar. Hey, David, what's going on? I'm going to get Josh. If I had time, I'm like super tired. I've been working since I opened my eyes. And then I had to take him to school and then I was back at it. But if I had time right now, I would go through Taco Bell and get a Baja Blast Zero. But I don't got any time. Hmm. So, to whoever is on, reveal yourself and like the live, please. So that way it gets released to as many people. That's something I keep saying when I go live now because God more or less told me there's a lot of people out there that are in like really low places. So, them seeing the video, being able to watch the videos that are already listed is going to be extremely helpful. Yeah, happiness is in the little things. So, like, happiness to me is sipping on a Baja Blast with some ice. It's real hot over here today. Hey, I'm going to let everybody know this about how rejection, we're going to get to the point to where, like, you just don't really care. So, if anybody's on here and has been following me a while, so you all know that my dad passed away August the 13th of 2021. It was the worst day of my life. And I cried so much that like the muscles in my face hurt so bad I had to take all this like pain reliever. Well, it was the same day. Well, no, it was like a couple days later that I had got divorce papers. So as you can imagine, it was like just a really bad time. So, the betrayal with my best friend, all of that. Well, when my dad died, his dad, which was my grandfather, we were so close, like he was all through my childhood. I loved him a lot. Well, he wrote us off, literally, didn't come to my dad's funeral, blamed us for my dad's death. And anybody wanting to know how he died, he was 47, but he died of COVID. So, that doesn't mean I'm afraid of it or anything. My aunt died of the flu last week. So, death happens to us all. It's not a matter of debate or anything. We're not supposed to live in fear. I'm going to live my life anyway. So, anyway, he wrote us off. Well, that was really hurtful. I've tried to get in touch with him, you know, for the last 4 years, calling him off and on. My brother showed up down there, but he doesn't want nothing to do with us. God more or less showed me that he has a regret and pain over how things could have turned out differently with his son. Like he could have been around more. He left my mother and had an affair, and then you know how that goes. So like, I guess there's pain there. So everybody grieves differently. So today, as I was working, we haven't talked. And this was weird. I seen him twice this week, but so where I live in a town where he goes through the town because his wife, her son died and his son died. Obviously, it's kind of weird how that goes within a couple years difference, and they were around the same age. It's crazy, like how they both experienced that, where they lost their sons. It was, young, and it's just so weird how that happened. Well, anyways, they have to go through the town that I live in and pass my place, and they're here all the time. And her kids live out this way. Well, anyway, last week I seen into this custard place that's down the street from me on my way home from the funeral. And I wanted to pull in there, and I wanted to like approach him saying, how could you do this? Like, don't you miss us at all? We're his only grandkids. We're the only thing he has left of my dad, which was his only son. Um, but then it was like the Holy Spirit stopped me and was like, Megan, why are you going to sit there and beg for somebody to be a part of your life? If they want to remove themselves from your life, all right, don't let the door hit you on the way out. He chose this. Does it hurt? Yeah, it hurts. But again, why am I going to beg somebody to be a part of my life? If you don't want to be a part of my life, bye. Okay. Well, anyway, it's hurtful, but it is what it is. But I was going to pull in there, and then I stopped. I turned around. Well, then today I was working, and as I was working, I decided to take a walk like I usually do this time of year because I live in Pittsburgh, so it's nice out. So I went for a walk because I have to get my steps in every day. Well, he was he was driving down the same street at the same exact time. And when he did, he passed me. And when he passed me, I know he damn well seen me. Okay. Well, he literally looked at me and then looked away and then continued to drive. So, David, if you're on, so I literally was like, what the heck just happened? Like, I was a part of his life. Well, he wrote us off. You figure it'll be 4 years in August. So I was 29, 28 or 29. Well, anyway, I was a part of his life all those years. Like, it was just, I couldn't even believe what I seen. Like, so, moral to the story, but I don't take it as a rejection. Okay. Obviously, for him to do something like that shows that there's something in him. It has nothing to do with me. Okay. So it could be so many different things. So, moral to the story, I wanted to bring this up because to all of you who think like, I'll never be able to deal with the rejection. Yeah, I know, right, David? Now think about this. He is like 70 some years old. Like, what? Like, grow up. Seriously. Anyway, but it has nothing to do with me. For him to actually do that, like, we're the only thing left of his son. Why would you just seen your wife's son die too? Why would you want to write off your grandkids? Why? Okay, like instead of enjoying our company. He sure had time to get his ice cream cone. Okay, so obviously, you know, and then he's passing through my town like it's like crazy. But we're always going to want to understand these things, but I don't take it personal. I really don't take it personal. But at the same time, it's like irritating. It's irritating, but I don't take it personal. So the reason I brought that up is we're going to face rejection. Like, what on earth? Think about this. If we think into things of why people do these things, how could he associate my dad's death that it's our fault? And then you don't come to your son's funeral because you don't want to see us? He'll go to his grave, but that's pathetic. Okay, so my point is here. For someone to pull off behavior like that shows that it has nothing to do with me. So a lot of your spouse's behavior or people you deal with on the daily that do stuff like this, it has nothing to do with you. Now, the enemy, of course, is going to try to make it like it's a personal attack, like it has something to do with you, but it doesn't. So I figured I'd share that with you guys just because, like, the devil always has to do some type of facade to try to show us that we're rejected and we're worthless and this and that. And then I have a client. He basically is getting attacked too this week because his girlfriend, is acting avoidant right now, and she's like, and he has an anxious attachment style, so it's making him very anxious. But he has guys complimenting him, saying that they want to be just like him and stuff like that, but yet he in his head is taking her avoidant behavior as a personal attack of rejection when so many people compliment him on the daily. So it's human nature, it's just how we perceive things. But yeah, I got to get my son. If anybody has something to say in the next minute or two, feel free. Yeah, that's very true, David. We have to be aware of when we're triggered, when it's happening, and ask ourselves, what is really going on here? And then what that's going to also do is it's going to help bring your nervous system into regulation. Because a lot of our triggers, we're unaware of them. So then when we're triggered, we're just acting in it with unhealthy coping mechanisms that are defense mechanisms, is what they are from childhood that we learned. Like, for instance, before I go, the guy at the end of this street that when I get my son, he's like one of those cross guards that will like put his hands out and stuff like that. He is miserable. When I tell you, like, something like real nasty, I used to take it personal long time ago. Like what's your problem, dude? No, I don't. For him to act that way, and everybody tells me he acts that way, shows that it's something internal within him of why he's acting that way. So again, a lot of us take things personal. It has nothing to do with us. Well, guys, I'm going to skedaddle. I got to get my son. Um, like, share, comment, subscribe, if you don't mind. And, oh, goodness gracious, I forgot to put this out. I keep forgetting, but I'm going to say it now. Anybody new here, I'm a life coach. If you would like to work with me, you can reach out through email, redeemingthebroken@gmail.com. We also have 2 Facebook groups that you can come on over to. They're support groups, Redeeming the Broken and Dead Marriages Redeemed. I hope you all have a wonderful day, and I will see you guys in my next video. Like and comment the live, and then put in the comments what you would like to hear next in the content. But I hope you all have a wonderful day, and I will talk to you soon. Bye.